Hello and welcome to a 0.0 episode of Minecraft Minecolonies Season 2. Now this episode is a bit special. I am not ready yet to start the game, the playthrough, because I'm still working on the storyline. The storyline is pretty much written out. I just need to film... This guy just made me disappear. I just need to film it. And the reason why we're going to do this episode, or why you guys are watching this episode at the moment, is because in the background there is the city of Dis. And that's the city I've been building in the Nether for the last week and a half. But it is going to get destroyed for the storyline. So before I destroy everything that I've been working on for the past... Can we go away? Go away. The past week and a half, I wanted to show you guys what I have done. So it's not necessarily that this is going to be part of the playthrough, because it isn't. No. This is something completely different. This is purely for the storyline. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour of the city of Dis, and give you a little heads up about what's coming and how we're going to be playing. So let's get started. Alright, now these are the plains of ash. As you can see, there's ash falling down from the sky constantly. There's a thick layer of ash building up. And I kind of tried to portray that on the bridge. So we have these little skeleton heads of wither skeletons. They are here because the guards that are in charge of this little outpost put them here as warnings for their enemies. So this is one of the guards. He's tasked to protect this little... Oh, here's another one. This area. And make sure nothing strange or nothing dangerous comes in here and tries to get through. And his job is kind of deadly. That's why there's a couple of them. Should be 4 of them. I'm not quite sure where the other ones have gone. They must have gone somewhere else. But let's get up the Tower of Dis. Now the Tower of Dis is the only way to get up to the city from the Ashen Fields. So it also has a bit of lore to it, and a very important part to play in the story. But sad to say, it's all going to go. From the Tower of Dis, we get into the very first fortress. This is the fortress walls of that basically protects the city of Dis from the Ashen Fields. Everything that comes in, enemies, have to pass through this gate, defeat the guards and the stationed soldiers here before they can actually get into the city. There's a two-way gate system. So we have a gate over there, and we have a gate down below here. Now, the gate down below here is, of course, way more powerful than that one over there, but it's just a matter of artistic interpretation. Anyways, let's go down and check out the gate. Now, from the gate, one more, there we go. From the gate, oh, here come those guards. This is the garrison. They're in charge of keeping this entire facility here clear of all danger. So down below, you can see our first little visitor ship. Now, these ships bring all sorts of goods and people, particularly villagers, from the outlying cities, the Nether, down to the city of Dis. Now the city of Dis stretches from here all the way across to that other bridge over there. Now you can't see that very well because it's kind of obscured by the dust and everything else, but we'll get to that in a bit. First we come across our barracks. This is the soldier barracks that are in charge of guarding the city gates, the city walls, and of course the city bridge. Everything that comes across and gets past our garrison has to fight these troops to get into the city center. From this part, through the gates here, you come into the city basically the city center itself. And, oh, hello. You have some of the villagers. So you have the residences, you have villagers that live down below, and of course you have buildings that sit up on top. So it's basically a three-tiered, it's a layered system. There are buildings pretty much everywhere, because this city is quite large. In total, there's something like 150 citizens living in the city, and it stretches all the way up to there, all the way back there. From here, well, basically from the harbor to the back of the city, at the edge there of the lava fields, it's just mostly just a whole bunch of buildings and facilities. Everybody here works and lives in the city. There's a lot of soldiers, and they all have a purpose. So the soldiers are going to be defending the city in the crisis to come. But of course, because I already told you, they're going to fail, and everybody here is going to, well, basically get destroyed. It's a bit sad, but that's the way it is. It's part of the story. Anyways, just forget about that part. Let's just enjoy the city as is. So we have here the cook. This is the restaurant where all of our inhabitants enjoy a hearty meal. And this guy over here is sick, but we have a whole bunch of sick people. Whoa. There is a bit of an influenza epidemic happening at the moment. So I'm kind of wondering what's going on. Oh, they closed the door on me. There's a lot of sick people in there. Well, hopefully they have enough carrots. What are you doing? Why is she jumping up and down? I don't know what she's doing. I don't understand what she's doing. She's supposed to be farming, but I'm not quite sure why she's doing that with a hoe.
I'll get to build it again.
Anyways, with the hospital here completely inundated with patients, you would expect all of our people to slowly succumb. But we do have multiple hospitals. The city is too big to have only one hospital. That hospital will be completely filled with a bunch of people. Hello, little pigmen. Just don't mind me. You can scream all you want. So we have a bunch of wildlife in the city, from hoglings to peglings, and of course a whole bunch of other creatures that live in the Nether, and just simply just coexist in our city. They don't necessarily want to harm the villagers. And that's a good thing, because pretty much everything in the Nether wants to kill these villagers. Nothing is friendly here. So the city of Dis was built for by the banished for the banished. So the story is pretty much a long time ago. And I'm going to give you a quite quick little introduction here, because it is necessary for the story to keep you guys a little bit in the dark. So a long time ago, these people were banished from the overworld to the Nether, and have lived here and thrived here ever since. Now, nobody in the city of Dis remembers the overworld anymore, and artifacts from the overworld, like wood and materials, and iron, and those kind of things, are extremely rare and extremely pricey. So only the very rich, like the caretaker, the regent of this city, the elite, might have something from the overworld as a keepsake, but nothing really functional. So everything here is made from nether material, which is of course why everything is bluish. Now let's continue. So after their banishment from the overworld to the Nether, they decided to build 7 massive cities in the underworld. So in the Nether. The city of Dis is one of them. The bridges and the towers are the main structures that distinguish the city of Dis from the other cities. The city of Caves, to the south here, is the second largest city in the Nether, and is part of the story that we will be showcasing later on. Now, the harbor down there is where all the ships from in the Nether that float on the lava sea dock and sell their goods. And over there is a passage that I'm not going to show you guys. That's still secret. That's part of the story. We will leave that alone. So in here, down here, you have another part of the city. This is the second suburb of the city. The third one is over there below the gas spawner. So everything here has a purpose. These people all have homes and jobs. Basically, they just do their thing. There's another barracks over there that protects this side of the city from intruding pigmen, or anything else that wants to gobble up and eat. Oh, we have a large group of soldiers coming through here. I don't think they must have sighted something. So their job is to make sure that nothing gets into the city and kills my villagers. And their job is incredibly important. So we are in the harbor section of the city, below the main tower. All the ships here dock at this harbor and release their goods in these barrels. And then they get sold by our little... Yeah, haha, to you too. By our merchants over here. We have one over here, and we have another merchant here. So their job is basically to make sure that the goods that come on the boat, on these ships, are sold for the highest price, basically, to the inhabitants of the city. I hope you guys are... Thank you guys for being patient. I know it's a little bit annoying that nothing has come out of my channel for a while now, because I've been building this. I've been building all of this just for one little episode. But the deal is, I'll be making a Minecraft video every 2 days in season 2, except on the weekends. So only the weekdays. So there'll be 2 episodes a week and 1 storyline episode every 2 weeks, so that we keep on going with the story. So the story is pretty much the basis of this playthrough. So right now, what's going to happen is, after the destruction of the city of this, the inhabitants or the survivors will move to the overworld, and we will start with a city in the overworld first, with the survivors from this city. Hopefully there will be survivors. I don't know. So anyway, the story will be out pretty soon, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. In the meantime, if you have any questions, remarks, or you want to discuss something, put that in the comments down below. I will read them, and I will try to reply as soon as possible. I am still busy with other episodes, other series, and I might not have as much time as I used to, but I still will try and answer your questions. So if you guys wouldn't mind, I still have a lot of work to do. So have a nice evening. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.